Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this pen. It is listed on eBay as a M2, is an M as in Michael, M2 Transparent Clear Vacuum Fountain Pen. That's how it's listed, but if you'll notice on the band, right there in the middle, is the Wing Sung logo, and then on the back it says 3411. So that's how I'm categorizing this as a Wing Sung 3411. Now, there's a couple of different styles. I've seen some where the end of this, the body, is one solid piece, and it stops probably, right around here. Anyway, they call it an eyedropper, and I think it would work as such, because obviously if it stops here, this converter isn't going to fit in there. But when I got this, the converter comes with the pen, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try this first as an eyedropper, because when I looked at this pen on eBay, I thought, okay, an almost totally clear bodied pen would be cool as an eyedropper. And I did eyedropper this pen. And so here's a little clip of the pen eyedroppered, so I'm gonna put that in there, but as you can see, it looks really nice. However, at the nib, it did the ink flow is just too much for this pen, and so as an eyedropper, and so I decided just to go ahead and convert it back to this converter pen. Also, I wanted to, I was kind of on a quest to find some pens that were a little unusual. Not your typical, cigar shape type pen and so forth, and or flat top, whatever. I mean, pens come in some pretty basic styles, shapes, that is, and I don't know. I just wanted to find something different. So as I'm looking through these, like AliExpress and eBay, anyway, I come across this pen, so I thought I'd get it. Plus, this pen retails on eBay for $1.69. So I thought, I really can't go wrong. Even if this pen ends up being junk, I can't go wrong. So anyway, so let's go through the parts of the pen here. The shape is what I would call a Zeppelin shape, much like the Diplomat Arrow, only not quite as pronounced. But it's not really a cigar, not really a torpedo, although it's maybe closer toward to being like a torpedo. But anyway, there is no clip and no roll stop for this pen. So as you see it, there it is. So don't let it loose on your desk. All right, let's look at the rotations, and I'm going to twist the body for this one. Get the cap off, loosen that up just a little bit, and we have 1, 2, 3 rotations to get this cap off. All right, you look at the cap, and it is just very basic. There's no slip cap inside to help seal up that nib, and no extra band on that. And so I would be careful. This will post, but I'd be very, very careful with posting this pen, because you go too far into that, this is going to crack. I'll guarantee you that will that will crack. So you want to be, again, very careful with that. And of course, this is, as you saw, it is a threaded cap connection. Cartridge, standard international cartridge and converter. I believe, let me just make sure, 'cause some of these, actually that one looks like it might be a little bit wider than a standard international, so that may be proprietary. The colors of this pen, and I will put those, I'm not going to go ahead and put those up there. Anyway, it's nothing exciting. The only difference in the colors is on this band, and you'll get a, either a black one. They come in gold, green, purple, pink, or blue, and the blue is more of a turquoise color. The length of this pen, I think, is pretty good. Just the body length is 124 millimeters, and as you can see, it sticks up back there pretty decent. If you want to post it, it is, come back on that a little bit, it'll give you plenty of room there. It doesn't stick out too bad, but looks a little odd there. It will post, well, pretty securely there, but like I said, you're gonna risk cracking that, so I really wouldn't do it. But like I said, it's big enough to write unposted. The body girth is 14 millimeters, so I think that really helps with this pen. It is a light pen. The body is only 11 grams, so really good for long writing sessions. Overall, this weighs 13.5 grams, and that's with a full converter. The grip length from the back of the threads there up to about there, just tip, is about 21 millimeters, and the grip girth is 10 millimeters along the middle. So size-wise, I think this is, pretty decent pen. Let's get a look at that nib. All right, as you can see, it has the Wing Sung logo on the nib, and it says Wing Sung, and there's an F4 fine. But this fine, I'm looking at it as, when I write with it, I'm seeing more of an extra fine. And then you have that clear, it's a clear feed, and it's just colored blue there because of the Noodler's Blue Eel ink that I have in there. Then you come up again on the band, yeah, the Wing Sung logo and the 3411. All right, let's do some size comparisons. Okay, here you have the Wing Sung 3411. You have a Diplomat Arrow, and just kind of comparing that. So you can see how you got the two Zeppelin shapes there, and then a Pilot Metropolitan. And here they are uncapped. The nib size is a number 5 nib, by the way. I don't know if I pointed that out earlier. About the same size as the Metro. Their feeds of the Metro and this 3411 are pretty much the same kind of feed, only this one is clear, whereas this one is not. And I will not do a posting comparison simply because I don't recommend posting the 3411. Okay, how about a writing sample? All right, we have the Wing Sung 3411, and they call this a fine nib, but again, I'm saying it writes more like an extra fine. The ink is Noodler's Blue Eel. The flow in this pen is not the greatest. Again, with it eyedroppered, it was too much, and then otherwise it just seems like it somewhat doesn't want to keep up with the strokes. And so and again, I think it depends, but like the fast writing, at least fast writing, is not going to keep up. It's the nib is somewhat, you're gonna notice more feedback, and when you do the especially bottom to top strokes, it's pretty rough. The right to left, it's a thinner line, but it's not that. It's not too much feedback, not any more than the other directions there. Reverse writing to get an extra fine. It will do so. And you know, keep up decent. So if, as far as line variation, yeah, you can get it more saturated there. You can eke some out. The wetness of the nib is, I would call that on the dry side. Well, again, I think that's about it. You know, there's nothing. It's nothing to write home about as far as you know, its writing performance. But hey, it's $1.69, so can't complain too much, I guess. All right, how about some closing thoughts? So, what do I think about this Wing Sung 3411? I think it was a good idea. I think the company's heart was in the right place, if you will, but you know, they provided some unique styling, which is good. It is I would say at best a true fine point, as some of the Chinese fine write closer to a medium, like a medium fine, but I'm saying this goes even further back to closer to an extra fine. So if you like that finer line, this nib will work well for you. And then this comes with a converter, but I really wish they would have worked on the ink flow on this so that you could eyedropper it. But like I said, as soon as I started writing, it didn't take too long before you start seeing the ink pool up at the toward the end of the feed, and it never released like a blob onto my paper, but I could see that happening if I hadn't stopped it. And you know, you have to turn it up, kind of tap it to get that ink back down. But yeah, I wish they would have done that. As far as the, you know, the cons, I mean, capping this pin, they really should have put some sort of metal band around that. In other words, this plastic piece here, this band, they should have put it on the cap instead of the body. You really need some reinforcement on that cap because it will, I could just see this thing cracking. Another con, and this isn't unique to this pen, but it's only available in extra fine and fine. Another con, as far as style, is that they would have some different color converters, at least the twist part of the converter, simply because, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just a small thing, but this one, because of the band, would look better with a black end, and you know, it would have been kind of cool if they would have matched the end there with the band, but at least the black. But you know, that's kind of a little thing. It is a, you know, I would call this on, you know, in the realm of pocket pens, and I think it's a nifty little pocket pen. Again, it works well with the converter, and for under $2, you know, and that's with free shipping. You know, if you want something different, you know, go ahead and pick one of these up. Again, its writing performance is not bad. It's not to my liking, but again, I'm not a fine nib type person, and this is a, you know, truer fine to extra fine nib, so it really doesn't please me too well. But like I said, it may work well for you, and you know, under $2, it's not a financial risk. So there you go, the Wing Sung 3411. Thanks for watching, and check out these 2 other videos of some other Wing Sung pens. You have a great day.